The government is planning to introduce performance-related pay in the National Health Service. Sir George Parr, you're a management consultant working for the Department of Health. Thank you very much for coming along to answer a few questions.
Not at all. Anything that I can do to elucidate the situation.
Right.
Fire ahead.
Can I first ask you, why is the government going to introduce performance-related pay in the National Health Service?
Do you know, I knew you'd ask that question. I'm sorry. I said to my wife, you know, I hope he doesn't ask that question. Before he came, but now you have, I'm sorry, you'd have to ask something else. Because...
Well, if I can press you on this, I mean, there must be a reason.
Well, I suppose there is, yes. There must be a reason, yes, of course, unless they're doing it for a bet or something like that.
When this scheme is introduced...
Yes.
Presumably, the managers are going to have to find some criteria for assessing the performance of these
Yes, it's got to be simple and it's got to be easily measurable. And
how carefully a doctor looks after his patient, that sort of thing.
Oh, no. What it came down to was what we call throughput.
Throughput?
Yes, the number of patients coming into the hospital and how quickly they go out again. And that is the measure of the hospital's performance. Obviously, it's good for a hospital to have a lot of patients coming in, and it's very good for them to go out again as quickly as possible. Yes. Because patients, by definition, who come into the hospital are ill.
Yes.
And when they go out, they're better. And the quicker they go out, the better they are.
Yes. So, if I follow your logic, the best hospital would be one where a patient arrives in an ambulance and is put on a trolley and rushed through the hospital, through an operating theatre where a doctor will go, well, there he goes, and that sort of thing. Someone would write down his name and number, and then he'd be rushed out the back of the hospital, put in an ambulance, and taken home.
Do you mind if I write this down? That is a very good... We could call it the fast-track treatment, couldn't we? We look rather good in our brochures.
Doesn't this mean, however, that sort of patient care is going out the window?
That's another very good idea. It would certainly free the bottlenecks at the doors. Yes. Yes, but there are, of course, other criteria apart from that. I mean, there are... It's not just numbers we're
that's
talking
very
about.
reassuring.
Yes, I mean, there are other very important factors in any health environment. Costs is the other one.
Money.
Money, yes.
I see.
The money will come from savings created by greater efficiency.
And what does that mean?
Well, it means what it always means, which is cutting services and replacing expensive qualified staff by cheap unqualified staff, and by firing people who don't like the look of.
And what result would that have? I mean, would that...
Well, one result would be that you get a balancing creation of many more jobs, I think.
I'm trying very hard to understand this point. Yes. You sack a lot of doctors, but you create more jobs.
Yeah, not doctors, no. You create jobs for management consultants, like myself, who would be necessary to...
Oh, I see.
I mean, after all, that would save the taxpayer money. It takes 7 years to train a doctor, but you can learn to be a management consultant in one weekend at the Tooting Glen Hotel.
George Parr, thank you very much.
Pleasure.